I feel like this must have been something special. And in fact, we can also, you know what, let me fire it up. We'll do a gem test. Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, what I like to do is to create videos that I would have found helpful when I first got out looking for treasure. Today's video is going to be a little bit different and maybe even slightly emotional. So these two boxes were just given to me by my pharmacist, actually. She's super duper nice, drives the best car, and if she's watching this, she'll know what I mean. But very sadly, her mother passed. I think she said 2 weeks ago. Wanita was her mother, who was born in Minneapolis or St. Paul. I think she said St. Paul in 1931. Now, in her will, she gave specific pieces of jewelry to her children, and this is what was left over. And my very kind pharmacist knew that I liked this kind of thing, and she asked if she could give the rest of it to me. So she has. Now, that said, I have had a glance through this. Not much. I've been I just went to the pharmacy to pick up my son's prescription. So I just got home now, and the reason I'm doing this is because I just can't wait any longer. I saw some nice silver in here, right here, some things that might be gold. So without further ado, why don't we go ahead and see what we can find in Wanita's jewelry. Now, one of the things that was mentioned was that she went to the University of Montana and got her degree in nutrition and dietetics. I'm not sure. I'm probably butchering that pronunciation. So my favorite, as many of my longtime subscribers know, would be those little fraternity pins, those little school pins. So I'm hoping that's what's in this box, or I think there's another box here that I spotted. That maybe it's in there. But let's go ahead and go through this. I will say that even though she gave it to me, if there are things that are particularly valuable in here, I will not feel okay keeping them. So hopefully we'll be able to find some cool stuff here like this. This looks like it might be a gold ring. And be able to maybe give it back to the family if there are things that are potentially special. So without further ado, what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and get through this box and this box, and we'll see what kind of treasures Wanita has left us. Okay, let me see. We need a magnet here real quick. And let's just grab some of there's definitely some costume jewelry here, or some pieces that aren't going to be gold or silver. These are cool. They're like, oh, they're from France. Little screw-on earrings. And I find with a lot of these kinds of boxes, you'll find all sorts of things like that, or maybe here we have some clip-ons. Those look like they're just... and our magnet will be able to tell us real quick, are these precious metals? I don't think they're going to be precious metals based on that. The enamel isn't super high quality, so those are kind of cool, but they're not going to be like gold or anything. Looks like Monet made them. These are just costume. Definitely looking at a costume pin. I'm guessing that Wanita was a bit of maybe a quilter. Around here, around our neck of the woods, we have super nice people like my pharmacist. And we have a lot of quilting. This is I think this is a cufflink. Maybe the other one's in here. Oh, the other one's in my hand. And one of the things that happened for me, certainly, during COVID, was that there wasn't a lot of opportunity to get out and talk to people. But you know, necessities like the pharmacy. These are from, where are these from? What does that say? I can't make that out. Maybe it's the company. Looks like these are gold plated though. So I was able to, go very particular places like the pharmacy, and the people in our local pharmacy are just so nice. Well, look at that. That is a sterling belt buckle. That I did not expect. Hayward. That is shiny. I bet you that's rhodium plated. That's cool. I'll go ahead and set that aside here. But yeah, she said that, she asked, I think her siblings, certainly, if I could have it, knowing that I like this kind of stuff, and they agreed. And now we get to share it with you. And it is some pretty cool stuff. Look at this. I'm looking at some nice amethyst here. Looks like it's on silver. Yeah. Wanita had some nice stuff. Ah, there we go. $925, Mexico. So I think that's probably the maker, or is that AB the maker? And that's where it's from. I don't know enough about Mexican sterling to actually tell you exactly what's what. But I bet you someone in the comments will be able to. Let's keep going here. We have some more costume pieces. You can see these stones are kind of glued in. And they've been around for a while. They're not in the best of shape. Missing a little stone there, looks like. It's a nice little costume piece. Kind of interesting how is it 2 pieces? Is it broken? What do we got going on here? Oh, I think it might be broken. I think this piece might need to be secured. Or maybe that goes to something else? No, that's part of it. Maybe it does just flop like that. I don't know. Oh, this is cool. So this is Siam silver, and it's called Niello. This black is intentional, and then they black it, and then they engrave it. Sterling made in Siam. And this stuff is you'll find this stuff all over the place. And people often don't know that it's actually sterling. I think a lot of this came back after World War II. A great deal of this probably came back after World War II. And then with people being stationed over there. All right, I've been wondering about this ring. It's broken. It's missing a stone. $454. What? Now, these are markings I have never seen. 10% irid plat. Is this iridium plated? TB. And then there's something in here that's a little dirty. Why don't I go give this a scrub? So I'm just going to wash it. Unfortunately, it's broken. But I'm going to wash it and see if we can make out the markings. Okay, we're back. We gave it a little scrub. %, irid plat. I'm thinking iridium plating, TB, yeah, I can't make out what's going on here. $6,454. Well, if you can let me know in the comments what is going on with this ring. This is way outside of my ken. Huh. I'm not sure what the base metal is. Could be gold. Maybe silver. That is a new one on me. Why don't we go ahead and put that one in where the rings go right there. Let's have a look at these. These are silver. J.A. I feel like I should know who that is. I'm sure someone in the comments will be able to say. Nice pair of sterling earrings. Okay. Boy, there's a lot going on in here, isn't there? What do we have? Oh, what's this? Oh, look at that. Wanita Whitcuff. It's a watch case. Warnsworth referee, 20 years. So the 20 years indicates that it's gold fill. And it's a thick gold fill guaranteed to last you for 20 years of regular use. Wow, I hope they'll take this one back because with her name on it, that's pretty neat. I don't know what happened to the watch though. That's interesting. It's funny. Generally speaking, you find watches without the cases. The cases tend to get scrapped. Something must have happened to this watch. I'll bet you another one could be put in there if you wanted, though. All right, what do we got here? It doesn't look like real. Yeah, this chain here, the little extender. I think that's just a bit of costume. Double check on the stones there. Yeah, they're not set. You can see they're glued in. So that's a real good indication that we're probably looking at something that isn't a precious metal. That looks like a precious metal though. Let's have a look at that. Let's see here. Okay. That looks like a charm bracelet. Boy, does it. Wow. What do we have here? We have a snapping turtle. Oh, February. Is that Pisces? Nice fire truck there. Also sterling. A little pair of baby booties. Not sure if those are sterling. Probably, given how everything else is. Little buggy. Little cowboy hat here. Oh, somebody went to Australia, looks like. Little Joey in the pouch there. Nice kangaroo. That is the fun thing about charm bracelets, is picking up the charms where you go. What do we think? Did she go to Spain? Is that what this is all about here? There's a stirrup. Oh, double bike. Look at that. Oh, wow. The petals go. That's super cool. Let's continue on. So we did the stirrup. We have a horseshoe, lucky horseshoe. Somebody went and visited Vegas. Looks like. Hey, that one's sterling. Oh, looks like somebody maybe went to Alaska or Seattle, Pacific Northwest somewhere. That one's sterling. Oh, I feel like I should know what this is. Is this a water jug? I'm not sure where that one would indicate. We got a roller skate. Oh, somebody went to New York. So the Statue of Liberty. Ah, chicken. No cover charge. Oh, is there an egg inside this chicken? Yep. I love charm bracelets. Cowboy. That's on the Wyoming license plates, and we're back to the snapping turtle. That is quite the charm bracelet. Definitely going to see if she wants this one back, because I think generally when I see these, each one of these meant something, and they meant something about where, you know, you'd go someplace on a vacation or on a trip and you get another charm and add it to your bracelet. And that was your way of having little keepsakes where you went to different places. And I assume people still do this today. It's a pretty neat thing to do. So why don't we put the silver over here? I'm not sure if that entire charm bracelet's silver, but we'll just get an idea of sort of how much is in here. Now this looks really neat. Wow, look at that. Metal roses. It's got a silver look to it. Let's see. Yep, there it is. Sterling. That is quite... I wonder if there's a maker's mark on it anywhere. Oh, sterling. That is quite the bracelet. Wow. I have not seen anything quite like that. Of course, I have not seen that much jewelry, if I'm entirely honest. I've only been at it a few years. It's amazing how much is out there. Well, look at this. Maybe garnets. Sterling. Looks like it's a pin. Sterling. Does it come out? Oh, man. Look at that. Yeah, my son cannot get a hold of this one. That's pretty cool. Yeah, my 4-year-old boy would definitely poke his sister with that. Well, hey, buddy, what's up? These look like silver. Yeah, I did a lot of cleaning in my room, didn't I, buddy?
Yeah. And it still feels like there's some more stuff.
It still feels like there's more stuff?
Yeah.
Are you saying that my hoard is really full?
I found this, Daddy.
You found what? Oh, thank you.
Here you go, Daddy.
Well, I'm filming the video right now. You could go put that in the sink. It looks like it's for measuring. I don't know why I have a measuring scoop down here. Those have to be silver.
Dad, I'm looking stuff for you. You didn't get all this up.
They're not marked, but I don't see anything
Daddy, you didn't
indicating
get
those
all
are other than silver.
Daddy,
What's that, bud?
you didn't get all the silver.
Well, I haven't finished cleaning in here yet, buddy. I had a pretty big mess down here, dude.
Yeah.
Looks like a little
You need
costume
that.
Christmas.
You need that.
Oh, well, not right now. I'm filming a video, dude. Feels like some maybe plastic pearls. Same thing. Oh, this was for a watch, I think. Looks like it broke, though. What does it say on it? Hadley. Yeah, I think this is probably gold fill. Not sure how it opens. Oh, just like that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that one's going to be gold fill. I don't see any indication it would be solid. Set that aside, set that aside. What do we got here? It's like costume. You can tell by the stones being glued in right off the bat. Some more earrings. Very heavy. The magnet doesn't affect them, but that looks like it's probably steel. Oh, nope. Like there. 925. They're just nice and polished. Another nice set of 925 earrings. Okay, let's pull that out. Pull that out. Feel around in here. Okay. Gonna put this costume stuff back in. We're just gonna set it all aside for a moment. Okay. There's that, and then maybe we should grab these necklaces. Should we go through these necklaces? We'll go through the little stuff, and then actually, I want to pull out a couple of these necklaces. That looks like something I want to look at. This looks like something I want to look at. Looks like we have a lot of interesting beads. I think these are all costume necklaces for the most part. I'm not seeing anything else in here that is more than meets the eye. But this looks like it's probably silver. Yeah, I think. US 925. These seem to be glass. It's quite nice. And this has a real look of silver to it. Now that doesn't look like silver. That looks like it's magnetic, brass, plated. Those beads, oh yeah, look at this. STC sterling. So here's an example of where I think this extender was added. Very nice silver necklace, I think. least I like it. Okay. Now let's look at some of this little stuff here. I'm going to save my favorite kind of thing for last here. Pins. We'll just have a look here at what else is in here. One of the things about this that I did want to talk about was that it's very... Ooh, that looks like gold. Is there two of them? A lot of times what will happen with jewelry like this is that pieces like this that are a little dented and you know, hollow, and they don't feel very, very hefty, and they're clip-ons, people might overlook. And there may be a lot of value in estate jewelry that you might not have considered. So, for example, here, I think we're looking at gold. We've got a real nice shine. Oh, yeah, look at that. We've got markings. Those are 14 karat. And they've just been bopping around the bottom of a case. Now, here's the thing. And this is where, again, I think these are probably gold too. We'll look at those in just a second. You can have a great deal of value in a box like this.
A banana.
Yeah, go ahead. Go have a banana.
But so, oh, you can show it.
Yeah, bring it to me and I'll start it for you. So, for example, these little sort of beat-up clip-on earrings are 14 karat. And that is 4.8 grams of 14 karat. 4.8 grams. Let me do a little napkin math here. Went and checked the gold price. Believe it or not, that's about $350 in gold right now. So I could probably take those down to the pawn shop, and they give me about $300 for those. Now I am definitely not going to be able to keep these. These are going to go back to her because that's just too much money. Plus I think they're neat. They're a little beat up, but I think it's important to understand the value in these, and very likely that they were something, by the looks of them, that her mom probably wore a fair bit. Maybe she'll even remember her having worn them. So something like that, I think, is one of the big reasons I do this channel, actually, is trying to help people understand that they may have more value in their box than they thought they did. For example, here, I think we're looking at also gold. Yeah, look at this. Look at how nice and shiny this is. They're heavy, but they're also like hollow and light. I don't know if I see any marks on the... Let's see if we can find any marks on them, shall we? I see it. There it is. There we go. TRAFILE 14K. So these are also 14 karat. So we got about $300 right there down at the pawn shop, $350 at spot. What about these? Because these are going to be hefty. Right now, gold, as of filming this, gold is about $70 a gram. And we're at, oh, my word, that's, there's another 8 grams. So, yeah. What, 560, $600 about for those. We're sitting at about 950, coming up, picking up on $1,000 just in gold right there. People will say to me periodically, aren't you worried that you're giving away secrets that will mean that you don't get to have any gold when you go out and looking? And, locally, I would say that is definitely starting to happen. I am definitely running into people that, oh, this is very cool. I don't like this. This is glass. I'm definitely running into people that know who I am, and will talk to me about the channel, and they'll ask me questions. They'll bring me things and ask me questions, and I think that's great. I've been having fun with it, and honestly, if somebody beats me out on some gold, and they enjoy it, that's fantastic. Some nice costume here. I'm so glad that they enjoy it. If someone beats me out on gold and they end up cashing it out and buying some groceries with it, that's great. As long as it wasn't something particularly special, I'm not upset at all. I don't really like it when things that are special get refined. For example, what do we have here? I think we got some more gold. But the other thing too is that it's all worth it to me if out of this we can save some jewelry that someone in the family is going to enjoy, or something that has history. Yeah, look at that. Love always, Wanita. See, this I think needs to go back. This is probably going to be fraternity. Now I don't know if it's to Wanita or from Wanita. But back when she was in college, and her daughter said that she went to University of Montana. Yeah, these things were very frequently gold. This one is definitely going to be, it could be 14, might be 10 carat. Sorry, I got interrupted by a wee one there. But yeah, something with an inscription like this, I feel belongs in the family. And now it's gold. I'm guessing it's 10 carat. But let's have a...
over a little bit.
Oh, I'll scoot over a little bit. You gonna come up?
I want to help you.
Okay, you can help me. Yeah, so I'm guessing, well, we can say maybe 10 carat. Maybe it could be 14. Some of these are 14. But even if it is 10 carat, it's 2.5 grams. So 100 and, creeping up on $150 if it's 10 carat. And if it's, it's well over 200 if it's 14 carat. What are you doing there, buddy? You gonna help me show some things?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, but more importantly, it has an inscription on it, and I think that's just too cool. All right, so we've already done these ones. Let me go ahead and put these in here, buddy. So my my 4-year-old Fred has come to help. Oh, you want to open that one up? Oh, why don't we finish this box first? What should we look at next in this box? Oh, keep it on camera. Oh, what's that? That's a clip-on earring, and here's the other one. Okay.
And there's even one more.
Is there even one more? Oh, there's another one, yeah. Is there another one that matches with that one? So these are old plastic clip-on earrings. What else should we look at?
Even one more.
Even one more. Oh, nice. Oh. There's the other one. Hey, can we put that into the jewelry box here?
Oh, those earrings.
Good job. All those earrings go in there. Okay. What else do we need to pull out? Oh, gotta try to do it on camera there. See?
It's pokey.
It's a pokey one, isn't it?
I hold it where it's not.
You're holding it where it's not pokey, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're definitely getting down to... Oh, let's look at this one last, buddy. You want to pick up that one and show it to the camera? That looks special to me. Can you hold it up to the camera? Yeah. How does it feel? Is it heavy? Is it light? Okay, buddy. I think what we have... Oh, let's not break anything. I think what we have here is gold. It's got a feel to it. It's got a nice construction quality. It's got that beautiful sheen. Micro scratching. Oh, buddy.
What's that?
That's a knife. We're gonna... What was I just saying to you folks on my camera about this? Yeah, look at this. Look at that. We have markings. Oh, we'll open that one up in a second, bud. We're looking at the markings on this. It is 14 karat.
Oh, Dad, what these scissors for?
Oh, those are my scissors.
What do you do with them?
I open up packages with those. Wow, that is a nice pin. Should we see about how much this is worth currently? What are you doing? What are you doing? You little goof. Okay, we're going to weigh this one up here real quick. So this is 14 karat, so it's $70 a gram. And it's 4.78. So what are we at? 300 something or 300 something at spot price? Yeah, you can turn it off. There you go. Press that off button. So just in gold alone, you know, you're over $300 there.
All right.
So I've lost track of how much we're at, but we're well over $1,000 just in gold right there. So yeah, so back to what I was talking about before my assistant showed up.
Dad, you did this.
What's that? Oh, what's in there? Oh, that's more gold. Thank you, assistant. Let's have a look at it. Which one do we want to look at first? You know, if I get less stuff, I'm okay. Oh, you're gonna put it?
I would put in.
You press that one. Okay, you want to put it on, and we'll weigh it. We don't know what it's made out of yet, but we'll weigh it first. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna put it on the scale. Okay, what does that say? It says 2.76. All right, now I'm gonna look at it on the camera here, buddy. Can you turn off the scale?
So I turned off it. Wait.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Dad, this
Emeralds, pearls. Oh, that's a nice one.
Now look at this.
TRB. Hey, buddy, why are you scorching me in the face? So, you know, again, we can say that one could be 14, could be 10. I'm not going to be testing these, but that is definitely gold. You can tell a few different ways. One is that the stones are all set in. Hey, buddy. Yeah, all the stones are set. There's no indication of fill anywhere. The pin itself is a high-end safety pin, a very nice safety pin, and the engraving is not going through to anything other than gold. So it could be 14, could be 10. Hey, buddy, let's be nice with that, okay? You can do that. That's fine. But yeah, so boy, we are coming up with a lot of gold, aren't we? Should we open this up? Oh, let's leave that one out. We still have ones in here. Which one next, bud? Oh, can I have them? I'm going to put them on the camera here.
I want to put on the camera.
There you go. I'm going to put it on the camera. Okay, let's have a look at these. So, looks like we have Order of the Eastern Star here and Order of the Eastern Star. Oftentimes, these are not gold. Find these kinds of things quite a lot.
Oops,
yeah, that one. Oh, you know what, though? 10 karat gold top. That probably indicates, well, I don't know. Maybe the front. What do you got there, buddy? I'm not sure what part is 10 karat. Probably the little bit on the front. Oh, yeah, you can put that into the box. It could be the whole part that isn't the pin. In some cases, I've seen that. It's hard to say for sure. But it usually indicates that it's lower gold content. What's that you found, buddy? Oh, no, that one goes here. That one is silver. So that goes with our silver.
Yeah, instead of... It didn't always.
It doesn't go in that. That's all costume over there.
Yeah.
And then we have another Order of the Eastern Star. You can see how this one's quite tarnished. Now, the tarnish doesn't necessarily mean that it isn't gold. The old 10-karat gold would tarnish up. This one, though, I'm guessing probably isn't gold. Could possibly test it at some point down the road, but I'm thinking it's probably silver that's gold-plated. We can check it with a magnet, though.
I can check it with a magnet.
Yeah, go ahead and check it with the magnet, buddy. It's not magnetic. There we go. I'm going to put that one over here. What's the next one out of this box, bud?
Oh, I can see it.
What are we going to look at next? Okay, can I see that one? Yep. That's gold. Look at that.
To be.
Oh.
Nope.
Nope, not magnetic. Yeah, again, we're looking at gold. Probably 10 karat. Most of these are 10 karat. Okay.
Dad, look. This looks to this.
Yeah, because that is made of steel.
Yeah, this is steel too. And this.
I have another one. This one is not quite as fancy as the other one. No stones. Hey, buddy, we gotta be gentle with jewelry, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Daddy?
But it is the same construction. Okay, buddy, you're knocking me all over the place. I'm trying to be steady. Hey, let's go ahead and leave that there for just a second. Sorry, folks, I'm trying to... So LGB, I think it says there, which is Balfour. But yeah. All right, let me do something with little buddy here for a second. I'll be back. And we're back. I apologize if I end up repeating myself here at all. My small child is now at school, and we can continue to look through the rest of Wanita's treasure. Okay. Let's get rid of that little thing here, and let's have us an actual close look at a few of these things again. So, this is the one we've already looked at, which has all the stones in it. I think, though, they're the same. Yep, 49. This one doesn't seem to have any markings on who made it, but these are very clearly gold. And if you are at all interested in these, I think I've made one video on them. I need to make another video on them. But they are very frequently made out of, most of the time they're made out of gold fill, but then many of them are gold, like these two. And they're usually 10 karat. Sometimes they end up being 14 karat. I assume when I'm grabbing one that it's going to be 10, but they are a very common source of garage sale gold, actually. Oh, it looks like she was, we've got the gavel here. It looks like she was in charge of something. I'm not entirely sure what the gavel always signifies with the the different pins, but usually it means somebody who had some sort of leadership position, as I understand it. Okay, let's see if I can sort some of this stuff out. We have quite a lot of sterling so far. Got our belt buckle. Let's see. Little hands may have moved some things around. Those aren't marked, but I'm certain they are actually silver. This is, man, that is quite the bracelet. Have some nice glass beads. Just trying to take stock here of what we have. A very cool dagger, and as predicted, a certain 4-year-old was very into that dagger right away. Still only found one of these, which happens. I found this interesting that it's Wanita, which I don't think is spelled right. I think it's spelled with a J. certainly was on this one right here. Yeah, there it is. Love always, Wanita. Put that back in our gold. I am not going to assume that this one is gold. You know, it does say that it's 10 karat gold top. But how much of the top? This little bit of the top? This whole bit of the top? I don't know. I've seen these where the whole top here will actually test as gold. So basically that marking indicates that the pin is not gold. But I've also seen where it's just like sort of faced. And this one could be gold, but we'd have to test it. I don't feel comfortable doing that with these things. I feel like there may still be some family desire to have a few of these things. So, all right, let us continue now that I've reoriented myself on the treasure pile. I usually try to make these videos all at the same time, so I don't forget what I'm up to. So I apologize for this one, but after after my adorable little 4-year-old came and helped us with our video, I ended up having to basically deal with children for the rest of the evening. So, oh, I think we still have this, don't we? I like this box. The Pearl of the Orient, Leo Berlinski, Aruba, San Nicolas, Orangestead. All right, we have 2 more pieces of gold in here. And also, whenever you have a box like this, just double check the box itself, because sometimes there'll be things underneath other things. Don't like disassemble it or anything, but just sometimes you can have something hiding. Oh, okay. We have another one of these, and I have never found this particular kind of pin. I'm not certain. Again, we're clearly looking at gold. We're looking at pretty cool little piece, I think. Wanita Rugler, 2549. And you can see on a piece like this, like we have quite a bit of wear here, and we'd be showing through the engraving and on the high wear points the gold fill with that much wear on a piece like this. And then, you know, the surfaces aren't always like high polish. Like here, if we compare to this other piece, which we're going to look at, you know, that's high polish. That one's definitely gold. But they can be more matte, like this one. So, yeah, I have no doubt that that one is also gold. If I had a non-destructive way of testing these, or a way that didn't harm them in any way, I would be doing that. But oh, that's a pretty neat little one. Enamel. I love fancy latches like that. Oh, sorry. Get that out of the way, out of my other hand there. Wanita Kugler. Sometimes these will actually say something on the pin or on the latch. In this case, I don't see that anywhere. I think that's just dirty. Yep. But yeah, I will go ahead and we'll assume that these are all 10 karat. Just assume low. I tend to do that when I'm not testing something that I know is gold. Whew. Boy, we are coming up with quite the hoard of gold, aren't we? Okay, so that one's done, and I think we've already gone through all the rest of this stuff for the most part. There's a lot of pretty cool beads in here. I don't know a lot about some of these beads, but let me pull out the ones that are definitely like, feel like they're a natural material for you here. We'll just have a quick double check. These are interesting. I'm guessing maybe somebody went to Asia. Is that what we're looking at here? They're cold. They're definitely some sort of real material carved into beads. Set those over there. Have a quick look at this one too. Again, we've got something real cold. Definitely at least glass. Doesn't look like gold or anything, but they're brass. Anyways, cool stuff. Okay. Last but not least, hopefully, whatever is in here. Looks like more pins. Let's have us a check. So some of these are definitely, you just have a Texas pin that's just clearly a modern enamel one. Our 1 gallon modern enamel pin. That's not going to be anything. A back, probably goes to this. Is also modern. AARP. There we go. I think that goes there. Does it? Yep. Don't need that. Okay, now we have some service pins. We have Exxon. At least that's a service pin. Is this ACS? I'm not sure what this one is. SO, 10 years. So somebody worked in the, set this one down, we'll have a look at these two. Somebody worked in the oil business apparently, and did the oil business give us, yep, 10 carat. So there's a 10 carat Exxon pin. Generally, these stones will indicate years of service, and it depends on the colors of the stones, and who knows what it meant. This could be 30 years. This could be 25 years. Could be, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe somebody worked at Exxon and they can tell us what that means. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the gold. Oh, let's look at the SO one. Looks good. I bet this one's gold too. And again, if these are gold, keep in mind that the screw back and the post generally won't be. Oh yeah, look at that, 14 karat. And always make sure that you keep these with the pin, even if you're taking it off for some reason. In this case, we'll take it off to weigh it. And last but not least, this one's got to be gold too. It almost looks sort of that high edge wear, how that wears down. We got a screw back. The edge looks good, and we are at 10 karat. Boy, there is some serious treasure in these boxes, isn't there? So, what should we do at this point? So, there's no way I'm going to feel comfortable keeping all of this gold, especially with the special pins here. I love these, and I do collect them, but I am going to definitely bring these things back and make sure that they are things which the family might have another chance at, if that makes sense. But in a lot of cases, jewelry boxes like this would just go to the thrift shop. They just get donated. So this is a really good example of being able to say, hey, let's go through this and offer this to people. Let people know, hey, if you've got something there, let's have a look at it. Now I do this all obviously on camera, but do it in front of somebody. Help them, show them what's what, because there's a lot of gold here. And in fact, we should probably break out the scale real quick. I have put too much jewelry on here to have a good spot for the scale that you can see it, but we'll find a way. There we go. Okay. Is it nice and flat? Flat enough. And it was pointed out in one of my recent videos that this is not a good surface to put a scale on. We might be getting, it's not not quite flat necessarily. So we might be getting a little funky numbers here. I will definitely point that out. Okay, so we have 14 karat. Let's see how much total 14 karat we have in all of this. Boom, boom, boom. And these earrings, man, do not discount earrings. They really, really add up. And then I believe one of these was 14 karat. So obviously there's potentially pins or potentially things inside there that aren't 14 karat, but we have a solid 20 grams of 14 karat. Wow. That is significant. All right. And let's see here. Take those away. Now, some of this could be 14 karat, so we're probably lowballing it. But we're going to call all of this 10 karat. So we have another 16 grams of 10 karat. Okay, let me do a little napkin math, and we'll see. Right now, or at least last I checked, which was yesterday, gold's running about 130 a gram for pure gold, which means that 10 karat's about $55 a gram, and 14 karat's about $70 a gram. And keep in mind that 10 karat is 41 or 41.6, 41.7% gold. And that's why another alternate mark for 10 karat will be 416 or 417. And then for 585 gold or 14 karat, it's 58.5%. And that's why 585 is a very common marking for that. So let me just have a little napkin math here. Okay, done with the napkin math. With 20 grams of 14 karat here, and another 16 of 10 karat. Now, that's assuming that's all 10 karat. Some of this looks like it's probably 14. But we're at about, 2,300 in terms of just gold value here. And, my local pawn shop's doing about 80% of spot right now. So that's about $2,000 worth of gold. And that's not even counting the silver here. And I'm probably not going to weigh up the silver. I think these pieces are probably worth a lot more than melt weight. Honestly, I think these are all very, very neat pieces. So what I'm going to actually do here is we're going to box it all back up, make sure it's segregated, and I'll have a chat with her again, and we'll make sure that pieces like this didn't get overlooked, because, for example, this one, I feel like this must have been something special. And in fact, we can also, let me fire it up. We'll do a gem test. Then I'll just take a moment. But I feel like this must have been something special. Maybe, sometimes with jewelry, it'll end up being like inherited. Obviously, these pieces, which were all from Wanita's school days, those are something that she got. But a piece like this could have been something that was given to her, or was just kind of overlooked because it was somebody else's, potentially inherited or something like that. So maybe it didn't have particularly any particular specialness. I really need to go have another cup of coffee. I apologize for that, folks. But I think you know what I mean. It was maybe not sentimental, and that will happen sometimes with jewelry. I feel like some of this stuff is probably sentimental. I'm guessing maybe I don't know that she, with her diet and nutrition related degree, was working for Exxon. Possibly, maybe this was her husband. But let's see if our gem tester is up and kicking. All right, we are set. I suppose we can check these out too. All right, let's have a look at the blue stones. Oh, if I can do it right. Gem testing is kind of a pain in the nuts. What do we think? That's going up. High-end topaz. but in the sapphire. All right, let's try the other one. High-end topaz, just edge of ruby sapphire. Now, I haven't washed this, and it keeps edging up a little bit there. So, I don't know. They could be sapphires. They could be real dark topaz. The white stone just goes up to the top of the sapphire range. These are dirty, though, so I'm guessing maybe I should go give them a wash, huh? And see if we get a different result. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, we are back after having washed it. And let's see. Let's make sure our gem tester's good to go still. It seems to have decided it doesn't like life anymore. So, again, people ask me about the gem testers. Are they worth buying? I don't know that they're worth the money necessarily. I have liked it for my videos. I will say that. But they are very temperamental. Okay, look at this. That went right up the diamond. Boy, it is a good idea to wash these before you gem test, huh? There's a good illustration. And then this one goes right up. Yeah, right up in the sapphire there, out of topaz, just by cleaning it. So, hot tip, if you are using a gem tester, make sure you clean stuff. This one has probably still got some. There we go. Right up in the sapphire. I am getting a little attached to this pin. I must admit. Should we check these stones while we're here? I thought this is a pretty cool thing. Not as cool as my 4-year-old thought it was. Oh, thank you. And those go up to, interesting, jadeite spinel is where that goes up to. So not garnets, spinel maybe? This is where my, that one doesn't, now of course these aren't clean. And that one doesn't seem to go up as high. Do garnets ever like just go really high for some reason? Because this one seems to be more garnet. I don't know. Definitely a neat piece. Very appealing to a small child. Oh, we have the gem tester out. Should we check our Exxon pin? Diamond. And that's the thing that a lot of people don't realize about these pins is that they are real stones in there. Now, they may be man-made real stones. Yeah, right up in the sapphire. So we have 2 sapphires and a diamond in there. And then, you know what? Should we check to see what's going on here? Now, I haven't washed these, and these are very small stones, but I think they're emeralds. Let's see if we can get up there. Yep, look at that, emerald. Awesome. These are going to be amethyst, no doubt, but let's just see what it does on this gem tester. If I can do it right. Yep. Right up to amethyst. And then the last thing that has stones is this. I'm thinking there may be glass. What should we start with? Let's start with a ruby colored one. Okay, you can do it. What do you know? Look at that. What about our green colored one? What do we think that one's going to be? Jadeite spinel. Spinel makes sense. I've been finding a lot of these stones, these colored stones, are spinel. That stone is not set very well. Let's see what the white one is. Ooh, we don't want that one coming out on us, but it is trying to. So that one is going up to jadeite, spinel, citrine, amethyst. What about our orange stone? That one goes all the way up to ruby, sapphire, topaz. Not sure what orange stone that would be then. And then I guess we'll finish off with our blue one, huh? So I'm thinking, you know, we're talking about this one being 10 karat top. Our blue stone is, I'm not sure what that is. Citrine, amethyst, something. So we were talking about this one being 10 karat top. I think it's important to note that that is a very, it's not a very descriptive marking. As far as markings go, this top seems to indicate a lot of different things. I suspect, given the quality of the stones in this and just how this looks, that if we were to test it, we would probably find, or if we could, you know, test it, we'd probably find that this whole section here that these stones are set in, some a little poorly, is probably gold, and then this piece is probably gold, and they're probably both 10 karat gold. Would be my guess. And if I had a chance to hit an XRF machine, we could probably do that. Now I'm going to make sure this one gets in a little baggy though, because of that stone. We don't want that to be totally lost forever. But yeah, with that, I think... Well, I didn't plan this out very well for a video, but I was able to go and drop off most of the jewelry back with the wonderful lady who supplied this for our video. I went through, and as you can see, we're left with, there's still some of the cheaper costume stuff that my son helped us sort out earlier. And these pieces were, I thought, the nicer pieces, but that I didn't think necessarily had a lot of sentimental value. Now, I'm not sure after my exchange there, because when I opened up the box and sort of showed her what was in there and showed her the engravings, she had the reaction that I was hoping for. There were things that really did matter, especially the engraved school pins. She knew right away, you know, what fraternity her dad had been in and what sorority her mom had been in. She recognized the SO and Exxon pins. She had no idea that they were gold, and it was all very, very, very positive. And I want to actually finish this video out. I actually finished it out earlier, but that was a little premature. I cut that bit out for this, but I want to finish this out properly and just saying that, you know, if you're at a garage sale and you find something that has an engraving on it, people might not know what that is. And yeah, you might lose out on a little bit of gold or a neat piece of jewelry, but it may mean a lot more to them. And I think it's the right thing to do to, you know, talk to them about it. You know, maybe say, hey, did you know this has this engraving? Because, you know, we're in a situation right now where, you know, she's still grieving her mom, and it was clearly a very positive thing for her to see these things that had been her mom's and her dad's, and for her to be able to, you know, remember them through these objects. So, you know, just think about that when you're finding these treasures and you're out and about, that they're treasures, but they're more than that. They're a link to people, a link to the past, and I think that it's important for us to remember that. And I hope with this channel I can help people to understand maybe a little bit more about what they have, look a little bit closer at it, and even if these objects aren't something that they're emotionally attached to, or that they don't find useful for remembering people, or so if you know what I mean. They're not things that are sentimental necessarily to them. They may be sentimental to someone else in the family in a way that's a real blessing. So yeah, this is kind of a weird video, and sorry if I'm blubbering a little bit here, but I do think these things matter, and I hope that maybe through a little bit of what I do in this channel, that we can help other people to maybe have closure or remember family members that they've lost. And with that, I'll close out this video. I'll say the magic YouTube words: like, subscribe, and comment. But most importantly, I hope that you can, or I hope that you've learned something in this video that might be useful to you, to go out and find some family treasure.
Like this, I've been Thomas.